Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm in plot number 69. This is the oldest plot. Welcome along. Basically, I'm just going to give you a July report. So basically, I've got raised bed, and a lot of people weren't having that much joy growing parsnips, so I had a few packs of parsnips, and I thought, well, what the heck, stick them in. You never know. And I was just about to give up on them and plant carrots, and then all of a sudden they started germinating, so I'm quite chuffed. And well, this is July, and I know that parsnips should be a bit further on than this, but what the heck, if I get a parsnip out of it, that'd be better than nothing. Anyway, I've got a pumpkin of sorts here. He looks alright. Just stuck it there because I didn't know where to put it. So I've got some leeks coming on for the autumn winter period. And in here I've got, you can't see really, I've got cool, I'll just lift it up for you. Kohlrabi. So they're quite happy. Just been keeping I should put some insect mesh on that, so that's on my to-do list. Yeah. So we've got this fruit cage here. Sorry to swing around a bit. I've decided to start at this end of the garden because the sun's in our face otherwise. Yeah, so I had some red currants here, and the blackbird always had that knack of getting in, so I had no other choice. The fruit was ready anyway, so I got in amongst the fruit cage and brought all the fruit in. I've got butternut squash here on the right. I'm not quite sure what that is on the left, but I'm assuming that must be a pumpkin. In fact, it looks like a pumpkin. So, I've got something for Halloween anyway. Yeah, what else we've got? Gladioli. There's a gladioli bed. There's the first spears coming up as well, so I'll have to train them a little bit. Homegrown marigolds. My dahlias. They're starting to come to now. These, I actually left them in the ground over the winter, but I think to do them a favour, I think I might lift them this time, because I had in that bed there, which I've got main crop potatoes. In that bed I had some new dahlias, and they died barring one. So anyway, I had to make use of the bed, so I put potatoes in. Yeah. So let's see now. Now down here, let's have a look. What else we got? Yeah, some more main crop potatoes. Where's my hand? There. Main crop potatoes here. Raspberry cage. Raspberries are doing fine. Had a few strawberries off this lot here. And these are the old strawberries. Not very many, like I'll have to have a look, see if they're any good. If they're not, I'll replant some new ones next year. And we've got white asparagus here. Yeah. So those are kind of beetle that likes to live on them, which is still are. So I'll have to deal with them. Yeah, and carrots again for most growers, or for some growers this season. A bit of a hit and miss thing, so I got some carrot tape, and well, they have come up, but they are very slow. You know, very slow. Not really much to write home about. Never mind. I've got some swede growing, which I have to thin out. And my brassica bed, I've got Brussels sprouts, purple sprouting broccoli. What else have we got? Something else anyway. Yeah, more butternut squash. Didn't have much joy the first time round, so I thought I'd give it another go. Yeah, these are new strawberries. I actually were bought this year, and different varieties. Lost the plot of which was which. But I actually got a return off them. So just basically, while it was so dry and hot, I actually kept on watering them, and I got a return off them. So it's all right, really. So in here, I've got my dedicated cucumber greenhouse and vine greenhouse, and this thing I went absolutely wild. It was previously in a polytunnel. Polytunnel died. Spent a winter outside, then got this second-hand greenhouse. My husband built it round the 2 vines, and then as I say, it just went woof, so I had to cut it back. And yeah, I always took example from Greenside Up. Unfortunately, the gentleman's passed on, but his knowledge and the vine that he had, it was absolutely phenomenal. So if you do get a chance, have a look at Greenside Up, and you'll be able to see what I mean. But this guy, it was, bless his soul, what he grew, it was Eden. Anyway, so my cucumbers, my trusty cucumbers. I've got melon here, so I don't know if I'm going to get any or not, but oh, what the heck, give it a try. What's the worst can happen, eh? Anyway, so right, let's have a look. Oh yeah, cauliflower. I've got cauliflower somewhere amongst this lot. I've got broccoli as well. I've already harvested broccoli. They're already in the freezer, but the more the merrier. More the merrier. Right, so let's see now. So this is looking a right mess here, but saying that, is it no more May? Well, we haven't mowed it at all. So anyway, it's very au naturel. Yeah, the berries are really good, so I'll have to pick them. I think it's tea berries or something. I know that I bought them anyway, cultivated version. I've got a blueberry here, which I haven't looked after since I bought it. Yeah, this is another cultivated. Oh gosh, it was like blackcurrant or what? Not black. No, it's not blackcurrant. It's like teaberry of some sort. Anyway, I cut it right back, and as you can see, it's gone ballistic again. So I'm going to have to spend some time to tame it. Right, so into the next allotment. I've got this lovely archway here, and it's all about having a bit of fun. It's all about texture and about layout. It's not supposed to, not regimented or anything like that really, but it's just a bit of a layout. Down here I've actually got loofah. Don't know how big it's going to get, but give it a go. What else? Loofah on that side as well. I see remnants of what do you call it? A giant, elephant garlic. That's the one. We've got some lemon balm. Never used it, just growing it. It smells nice when you go past it. There's the other red currant bush, which I haven't harvested yet. So anyway, I had these. I inherited these. Well, not inherited. I took on an allotment, and it had some irises, and they hummed and hard when I transplanted them. And I threatened them. I says, you either get with a plan, or you're out. So actually, one put a flower on this year, so they have a stay of reprieve. And yeah, this is a volunteer potato in a bag, so it's going strong. Yeah, sage in there. I'll put some more. I've sown some more parsley. Don't know if it'll work. Giving it a try. Anyway, this is what do you call it? Celery plants. Yeah. And some more carrots. They've now decided they are going to participate. So all these pots here were first earlies. I had some. I actually had one or two. I had an ant's nest in one. I had some canker on some of the potatoes as well. These are what do you call them? Salad potatoes. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know whether I'll be doing first earlies next year. So second earlies I've got here, grown. Don't ask me the variety. I can't see the tag. Yeah, and this lot here looking very worse for wear. In fact, yeah, they most likely are second earlies because they look a little bit bedraggled. So they'll be coming out in the next day or so. And then there I've got some main crop potatoes. So I'm going to go round. Excuse me, I'm going to swing around again. So what we've got here? Yeah. So makeshift anti-bird cage. Some homegrown tomatoes. I thought, you know what, I'm going to try grow tomatoes outside. So I was, it was with the cold spring, and it's partly wet as well, and it was really difficult to get something in the garden. So once it actually warmed up and got with it, I could, I had so much going. You just have to prioritise what comes first. So this lot actually was the latter end, so I just stuck them in. They were in these stupid peat pots. If you take a tip from me, if you're gonna plant lettuces, have them in pots to begin with, because I had these peat things and they got all soggy and they're all falling to bits and stuff like that. So just don't go there. Anyway, so I had originally I had a rhubarb or two in this bed here. I emptied the compost heap on this. The rhubarb I fed it, I watered it, I did everything, and it just wasn't working. So I thought, right, that's it. I need the bed space, so out it came. Huge roots, but they were duff. So I thought, right, okay, out they come. And ever since I've actually took it out, the remaining one, I'm sorry for that, the size of that, it's just unbelievable. Anyway, so I'm going to take that leaf away as well, because I've got some more tomato plants stuck in as well. Thought, you know what, as I say, people down south can grow them like that. We're in East Yorkshire, and I don't know whether it'll work or not. So anyway, gooseberries, we've had some. My husband's still recovering from his escapade with the gooseberries. There are still some to be picked, so just plucking up the courage. Got some extra space here, so I'll put some spare corn in. Yeah, and this was a rainbow coloured corn on the cob. Thought I'd give it a try. You never know. There's also some spare corn, and what I have learned this year, because gardening is a learning curve, is that not all corn is equal. So you have some corn that grows short and starts flowering at a short height, and you have some corn that grows like 6 foot tall, and I just didn't know this. So yeah. So anyway, what have I got here? Just a bunch of cabbages, rosemary, fickle thing. Well, rosemary is fickle, but this one seems to like it where it is. Right, go around here into this greenhouse. So I've got aubergines on the right, and then I've got homegrown peppers. I'll just step in. Homegrown peppers there, and I bought some peppers as well. There's a bullhorn, and also red and green peppers anyway. So not brilliant. I need bigger pots. I just need to buy some more soil. Gosh, it's all about time as well. So down here I'm starting the autumn things. Like what have I got here? I've got kale onto here. I've got cabbages, elephant leeks. I'm not quite sure if they overwinter, but I'm giving it a bash. All sorts of stuff anyway. So we've got flowers on the aubergines. So we should give them what they do like. Aubergines do like. They don't mind sitting in water. So what I normally do is I fill these up with tomato water with tomato fertilizer in, and they just sort drink as much as they want. So they don't seem to be taking any harm to that. Now, funnily enough, I had some peppers last year, and they were sat in this solution, and didn't mind it at all. I thought it was great. And yet the bullhorn peppers don't like wet feet. So all this lot here is bullhorn, so they just sat in their pot. I thought, okay, fair enough. Anyway, so we're getting on. And so some of the things I've got left over, like celery and things like that, and a few cabbages. so something to fall back on. I've just planted that up. I promised it I would plant it up today. Cucumber market more. Anyway, after I had took the first earlies out, and I got these pots sat here, and I thought, what are you going to do with them? We just sat there, you know, got earth sat there. So I had some gherkins. So I planted some gherkins, some lettuce, some carrots, some beetroots as well, just utilising all the space that I've got. Why let them just sit there fallow, you know? Anyway, so this year I've got some peas here. When they do get round to it, I'll get round to it. These are coming on fine. I've got one on the other side here, and he's harvesting. My broad beans now, that was a good one. Earlier on this year, cold, wet, lanky looking broad bean plants, and I thought, I've got to get them in. I've just got to get them in. So I got them in, given some support. Absolute shambles. But anyway, over time they persevered. I've had 2 crops out of it already. I'm just in the process of taking 2/3 of it out, because I'm actually going to keep the larger variety, because I've got the dwarf variety, but I prefer the larger varieties. Anyway, so we'll see. Well, we're in the freezer anyway. They're in the freezer. Here's some more here as well. Yeah. What else have I got? Yeah. This is strawberry patch that we took over. Again, looked after it. The one at the other side, very fickle. You could never please it. So I think it's just basically tired. I think they're just going to retire that bed and start again. So yeah, the sweet peas. Look, it smells lovely. Yeah. Having a bit of fun. We found a small potato, stuck it in, and now it's grown, so just a bit of fun really. Yep, so I got some courgette, little yellow courgette. There's the strawberries over there. In fact, I have a strawberry tower, which were actually potato towers, but I just said no, it's better off with strawberries, so we've got a strawberry tower dismantled at the moment over there. A couple of tomatoes stuck in for fun, getting the first return off it. Bit of flower as well, got a couple of dahlias coming. Again, I've got what do you call it? A handy strawberry tower. Also seems to work. If you can get deeper guttering, use that. You know, this is shallow, but as long as you water them often enough, you get a good return. The blackbird seems to be impressed with them as well. Yeah, so this is something I tamed. Also a blackberry, blackcurrant, blackberry. It's black anyway. So yeah, so it's had to tame it. So got next year's growth coming on now. I'll show you. Next year's growth coming on, so I've got that pinned to one side. What have I got? I've got mid-crop potatoes. They're absolutely huge. Some people take the flowers off. I'm leaving the flowers for the bees. So yeah, if it means that the potatoes are slightly smaller than, you know, ones where the flowers are taken off, then it was worth it, because bees have had them, you know. So hopefully the bees have them anyway. So already harvested some beetroot. Yeah, got them in jars already. They're pickled. Yeah, these were onion sets. Yeah, and also a bit of flour as well. And we've got Kelsey onions in this bed, sort of mix and match, a la Charles Dowding. Interplant with things. So I've got spring onions and cabbages, lettuce. So I'm gonna have to take them out anyway. Some of them. In here, yesterday I had shallots, and I was starting to lift them. I thought, hang on a minute, why is that shallot empty, hollow on the inside? And I realised it had was it allium root rot or something. So quickly took them out. I've lost about 1% of them, so the rest of them are fine. So So yeah. Oh, Kelsey, I'm just hoping that what's in this bed, because apparently it's a bacterial fungal thing, doesn't actually go into this bed where I've got my Kelsey. I don't want to grow Kelsey next year and have the same problem. So I don't know. I'll have to see. So a couple of main crop potatoes I got left over and got put in. So I don't know about these onions here. So I'm observing, because by right I should take them out too, get them out before they get infected. So we'll see. Anyway, so strawberry tower. Yeah, so old balcony boxes. So my husband built an apparatus so they could sit on them. So yeah, we've had this covered over. We've just got a few strawberries to pick. Don't have to bend down for them, which is quite handy. Yeah. Right, and then along here into this greenhouse, and it is the very last greenhouse. So what I've got here, I don't know what to say, is a lot of green. These are Roma tomatoes and beefsteak. At the moment, the Roma tomatoes were going absolutely ballistic. Don't know. Some people say take the side shoots out. Some people say leave the side shoots. I haven't got round to it yet. Also some lovely blooming chrysanthemums. Wanted them in here so that the blooms are not affected by the rain, because we are pretty when they get going. So I'm looking after them. Right. So what have we got here? So down here, there's my flower bed. You get loads of pollinators. It's one of these flower bombs that you get, and I think these are called malva. Anyway, the bees like them. Although when I'm looking at them, there's no bees. Oh, there's a bee there. There's a bee. A very wonky looking apple tree, which we have to wait. Last year it was absolutely laden with apples. This year it's had June drop, which is alright, but I'll have to wait till it goes to sleep at the end of the year, and then do some radical pruning and supporting and turning it around maybe. So while it's got fruit on, I'm going to leave it be. Yeah. So we've got some Brussels sprouts for later on. And then again another bed where you've got corn from different varieties. Again, so some are tall, some are small. This is called tree spinach, and they go about 10 foot, if not taller. And you're supposed to, or you can, eat the pink tips like spinach. I just like them because of the pink tips, and they're a load of fun. They're very sturdy standing plants. They are for me anyway. And these were grown back from seed this year, and they're doing quite fine. So if they get much taller, that'd be fine. Yeah. So I've got artichokes here, a few artichokes, some new ones, and then the established rhubarb bed. So I've just given it a clean up. I've had some rhubarb off it. I've given it a clean up, and I've given it some chicken manure pellets. It needs feeding and watering, so I'll back up with the water shortly. This is supposed to be a giant pumpkin, which doesn't look like a giant pumpkin to me. But we will see. Some more. I've had broccoli off this, and you can see. Where's the head? There. That needs to be cut today. Yeah. So what else? Yeah, this was a volunteer bramble, so we trained it along the fence line. So the bees get the enjoyment of it, and then we'll get the fruit off it. So it's fine, as long as it stays out of our way. That's a big thing. Yeah. So I've got bean bed and some more courgettes, peas. When they just get with the plan, they just sort of sat there, not doing very much. But we'll see. Lavender in the cusp of starting to flower now. So when this really gets going, you will be able to get so many butterflies and bees on here, it'll be unreal. Yeah, some more sweet peas. This one here, that's a perennial sweet pea. It's very vigorous growth. It doesn't have any scent, but it's perennial, you know. Yeah. So what else? Yeah, peas that are supposed to be about 50 centimeters high, and they're not. They're taller. Again, I was standing at this bed after I planted all the corn, and I thought to myself, why is the corn flowering? It's too small, it's too short, it should be a lot taller than this. And I was standing here scratching my head, and then I realised there was different varieties. So you see, so we have short varieties and we have taller varieties over there. So fair enough. Anyway, so there's always loads to do. So you've got to set some time aside though to plant ahead. You know, because before you know it, you've harvested everything and you've got massive holes in your allotment. So I've just looked down and I thought, oh look, there's a poached eggplant. That's what it looks like. Yep. So anyway, welcome along. I hope you've had some enjoyment looking at the plot. I don't know, looking at it at night or looking at it first thing in the morning. You get enjoyment at both times, so I can't really say which I prefer. So I'll just swing round. Let me have a look one more time in the sun. Yeah, look. Yeah, well, thanks for watching, and I will see you in another clip. Bye for now.